Hello, yes, it's Joe here for Joyrider TV, and it's time for Show Us Your Cat. Let's jump in. Hello, yes, Joe here, as I'm sure you expected, and yes, we're back with some more Show Us Your Cat on Joyrider TV, and today we are in for an absolute humdinger, so get ready for that. Before we start, we're just going to head over to Dana Point, California, where we've got Gerald, who is looking at something pretty special.
Hello Joe, it's Gerald, the Dutchman who came to visit you several times in Facility, reporting live from Dana Point, California. And I'm right here in front of a Hobie Elter's monument, or statue that they put up. So let me show it to you. It's a wonderful Hobie 14, well known by you and many of us Hobie enthusiasts. And so I wanted to show it to you since I'm here on vacation for a week with our RV. And I thought this is something for Joe. Now back to the studio in Facility, Greece, live reporting for Joyrider TV.
Just at this time, I'd like to put it out, if anybody would be keen to make a short introduction for an upcoming episode of Show Us Your Cat, I think it would add a nice bit of flavour. So all you need to do is say hello and then add name at that point. I'm here coming from wherever it is you're coming from, and then say, and here is Show Us Your Cat, or something similar. Just video that in landscape, not portrait, and then email it to me. Email address is in the description below, and then you could be doing the introduction for next week's Show Us Your Cat if you get in there quick, or maybe one of the upcoming episodes. Very nice too. But for now, let's jump in and take a look at what we're taking a look at in this week's Show Us Your Cat on Joyrider TV. Starting this week in Australia, we're going to New South Wales to Ballina on the Richmond River, where we have Jish. Jish has got a Minicat 4.3. The Minicat is an Australian built boat. It's been built since 1976 through till around 2008. And there's been over 3,500 boats built. It's very similar, as you can see, to the Hobie 14. Jish has been fixing this boat up. He's upgraded the main sheet system to a 6-to-1. He's got new rigging. He refinished the hulls and he's repaired the trampoline. Nice. She's looking sweet. And here's some video from a recent trip just south down the coast to Woody Head and Whiting Beach. This really does look like some sweet conditions. And here's the Minicat without the jib. You can see some different bridle wires on there now, some longer ones, but it really does show how this boat tickles along. Looks very nice indeed. While Jish was out, some of his buddies were out on the Hobie 14 here. I would suggest to these guys, perhaps it's worth pulling the mainsail up a bit higher. Get that bad boy at the top of the mast. Should make it a bit easier to get under the boot. And then here's some more video of Jish with one of his pals. An absolute wild ride. Some fairly radical trapezing style, no need to hook in. But in these conditions where it really is blowing, you could even travel out more, pretty much all the way to the end, but never let the traveller hit the end because you could break something. Make sure there's a knot in the rope. But travelling out more, a bit more main sheet, will make you feel a bit more in control. But there we go, what a great start. Thanks very much, Jish, for sending in those videos and photos of your Minicat 4.3. Hope you have a great season down in Australia in the months to come. Next, we're heading to the USA, to Mississippi, to Ocean Springs, where we have Mike. Mike has sent me some pictures from an event which was going on in mid-October. This was called the Hobie Mini Mega Nac, which was an event in October. During this event, there was 24 Hobie 14s, 14 Hobie Waves, would you believe, 10 Hobie 17s, 10 Hobie 18s, and 8 Hobie 16s, which were all ladies teams. This is an event that goes on every year in various different locations around the USA. And this year they had 13 races over the best part of a week. And it really did look like an absolutely cooking event. So thanks very much, Mike, for sending in those pictures and making us aware of this event that's been going on. Very nice. And next we're heading to the UK, to the south coast of England, to Chichester Harbour, where we have Toby, who has got a Hurricane 5.9 SX. This is, I'm pretty sure this is one of the first Hurricane 5.9s that we've featured on Show Us Your Cat. The SX version is basically with a bigger jib and a spinnaker. The Hurricane 5.9 was developed in the 90s by Reg White, who was an Olympic gold medalist in the Tornado class. To be a training boat for the Tornado, it's a lot less wide than the Tornado. It's just 2.43 meters wide, but has the same sail area, same length as the Tornado, which makes the 5.9 an absolute beast. That much power, but with more than half a metre less width. That means you'll be flying a hull in about 3 knots of wind. Toby's been sailing 5.9s since about 91, when they first arrived on the scene. Before that, he was sailing Tornadoes. And before that, he was sailing shearwaters with his dad. And here's a picture of Toby with his dad in Scarborough Harbour. Toby's the guy on with the bobble hat, looking pretty mean. And then Toby's dad's the guy on the harbour unwrapping some sails. Toby now sails with his sons, John and Reuben. And then here's some pictures from Regfest a little while ago now. Regfest is another event in the UK which is dedicated to the memory of Reg White, the guy who designed the Hurricane 5.9 and was building Tornadoes for a long time. It doesn't always go well on the 5.9. Here is a particularly bad day in September this year when, well, I think you can see what happens. Yep, that is a snapped mast. I couldn't quite make out what it was that caused the mast to snap, but it looked like something had gone a bit before the snap. Unlucky, guys, but you'll be relieved to hear that Toby's boat is being put back together and he'll be out there sending it again on the south coast or east coast or any coast of the UK. Thanks very much, Toby, for sharing those pictures and videos with us there of your great looking Hurricane 5.9. So there we go. I think you'll agree that is quite a smorgasbord of boats in this week's Show Us Your Cat. Very nice too. If you'd like to be featured in an upcoming episode of Show Us Your Cat, then I think you know what it is that you need to do. Send in video pictures of your boat. If they are of a larger size, there are facilities to allow this kind of exchange over the internet. Check out the description below for how to do that. There is at the moment probably about another 3 weeks of Show Us Your Cat's worths of people's submissions. So if you send anything in, it's going to be about a month before you're featured. But don't worry, you will be featured on Show Us Your Cat. So still ongoing, especially if you are down in Australia or in South Africa or anywhere in the Southern Hemisphere where you're currently just getting into a bit of summertime. Why not get involved on the speed stick? Just get out sailing with a GPS device and send me the results of your session, how fast you went. Again, all the details of what you need to do for that are in the description below. So get involved, get on the leaderboard. But the leaderboard will be resetting at the start of the new year. So if you want to get on the current leaderboard, now is the time. If you missed it, the Q&A question and answer session on Wednesday is now at a new time of 3 o'clock Greek time. That's 2.5 hours earlier. So tune in on Wednesday if you want to ask some questions or just say hello or just get a bit of this Greek sunshine. Hopefully there'll still be some sunshine then. But finally, if you are thinking of heading over to totaljoyrider.com, my online store, to get in some Christmas shopping, this is a great idea. I would suggest getting in there soon. I have got some new designs on there, whether you sail a 14, a 16, an 18, perhaps a Dart 18, and maybe a Tornado or an F18. There are designs for you, and everything there is fully customizable. So if you want to get your sail number, your boat name, perhaps a witty comment, anything like that on a t-shirt, hoodie, a cup, a bottle, a telephone case, perhaps even a towel. Just let me know what it is that you'd like and I'll design it for you and get a mock-up made so you can see what it's going to look like before you put the order in. But get in there soon if you want it in time for Christmas. That's a good idea. Okay, so we'll see you next week with more Show Us Your Cat on Joyrider TV. But until then, get out there, give it the beans and stay safe. Thanks very much.